Aloha, namaste. Welcome into my favorite practice for resetting your frequency, and that is the practice of scripting. Scripting is extremely effective for helping you get really clear on what you want, who you want to be, and where you want to go with your life. And most importantly too, though, how to step into that, really embody it, because that's what this is all about. As we're going to see as we talk about this, it's about embodying the energy and really stepping into that version of you. All right, so the practice is simple. You want to set aside a journal that you use just for this practice, so scripting journal, and it is just for that. You don't want to be mixing in with other things. You just want to keep it simple so that it's all there in one place and it's your go-to. Now, the best thing to do is pick a time that really works for you. We're going to be consistent. Ideally, you want to use either the first 15 to 20 minutes when you wake up or the last 15 to 20 minutes before you go to bed, or both. The reason that is because your subconscious is really open and able to be primed during those times. And what scripting is all about is getting beliefs, narratives, stories, ideas of who you really are locked into the subconscious, because the subconscious governs 95% of our behavior. So what we think about ourselves subconsciously is what we will manifest in our life. It's who we will tend to be, because that is actually what we're running on. We're running on our deep-seated beliefs. So how this practice works is whatever time you pick, you want to write in past tense. And a good line to start with is, I'm so happy and grateful now that. So you're writing in past tense as if it's already happened. You are already this thing, or you've already done this thing, or you are already this person. You've already achieved this achievement. So you want to really get into the embodiment of this ideal version of yourself, or this thing you want to achieve, or this relationship you want to have. So I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm able to help people reset their frequency and inspire others to better their life and be full of joy, right? So maybe that's something I literally could have written, right? I could have written things, and I have written very similar things like that. Or maybe it's, you know, I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm so empowered with my health, or I'm always learning, or my relationship is so filled with love and gratitude, and every day I wake up with so much joy. Or maybe it's an income level you're trying to get to, or a promotion you're trying to get to, or you're living a certain place. Whatever it is, you want to really get creative here and design your life. Just like the name implies, scripting, you are writing the script for your life. And every day as you do this, it will evolve naturally. So sometimes maybe it will be a certain energy, it'll be maybe about common themes, right? Maybe it'll be about a certain thing you're working on in your personal development. Maybe it'll be about a career or something that you're very focused on there. Whatever it is, you want to enjoy watching how it evolves. And naturally how this evolves is you're actually going to tend to achieve and get these things that you're writing, because as we get clear on what we want to be and become and to achieve and to have, we tend to naturally, just like I was saying with the subconscious, we naturally become that. We guide ourselves to that. So we get really clear. Big categories for food for thought here is maybe career, income, finances, relationship, spiritual development or internal development, maybe into any intellectual goals, any hobbies or interests or achievements, overall quality of life. These are all big categories that you can hit. Now, I've found that it's most important to focus on energies that you want. So, for example, if it's what is behind the actual income level you want. So let's say you're like, I want to make $20,000 a month or something like that. The real thing you're after is a feeling or an energy behind that. So if you were to get a little more clear, you'd probably say, I want to feel really free and able to do whatever I want with my life and not be, you know, controlled or inhibited by money. So this is a really good example of, you want to dive into the feeling state, because here's the next step. You want to not get too attached to the specifics, because what you're really after is the energy of it, the feeling of it. And so what's most important here is to feel that energy, to embody that you have that thing. So you could get specific and say, all right, what would I feel like? What would I be like if I was making that $20,000 a month or something? Or if I was in that relationship? Now here's the important part. This is why I say it can be a little more easy to access if you focus on the feeling just first. But by all means, you can be specific if they're like really targeted goals you're looking to get. But either way, you have to get to this, which is become that feeling as if you already have it. Remember, you're writing in past tense. You've already written the script. This has already happened. You are now just going to go through the steps to become this person. So how would you be, how would you feel if you had this relationship you're describing, or this income you're describing, or this personal development goal achieved, or some obstacle or hurdle overcome, or this academic goal achieved, right? Maybe you're trying to graduate or pass a course or do a training or something like that. So become the energy of having that already done. Who is that person? What does he walk like, or what does she walk like? How do they talk? How do they hold themselves? What type of relationships do they have? What energy does that person embody? And this is what's most important, is as you're writing these things, you want to feel that, you want to become it. And the reason why this is so important is because it's not enough just to write it out. That's like one step, but it's still very superficial on the conscious level. But the subconscious operates on deep emotion, deep beliefs. So to really access the subconscious, it's important to really feel into it. You want to feel into what you're writing. Every line, write it as if like literally, whoa, it's done. Like, I'm so happy and grateful now that like I have that. Wow, like I have that. Actually let yourself feel into that and become that person. And the only caveat that I would say that why I say I focus on energy most importantly, is because if you get caught up in specifics, it's not that it doesn't work. It's just that you have a more likely chance of getting hyper obsessed with if you get close and not quite to it or something like that, you might judge that it's not working, or if it's not showing up in that exact way you want, you could doubt it, right? So this is why I try to stay into the energy. This is just my own personal recommendation, because I have better success with that, because then my logical mind doesn't get involved and start critiquing the process. So this is just a tip that I've noticed over years of using this trick. So last thing to note is you can do this 2 times a day if you want, morning and night. I did that for a long time, or at least once a day. This is so important, you guys. This is where you truly get to enjoy the idea that you are scripting your life. You are the creator of your life. You are the author. Literally, you are scripting it. So who do you want to be? How are you going to show up to this beautiful thing called life? Who are you? Have you even taken the time to ever maybe think about it and write it out? So every day you write it out, you write it out, you write it out. What is it that you are striving for? Who is it that you are? And write it out that that person is already here. And then you get up from this session of scripting and you become them. You hold the energy of it's already done. And then you go through your life behaving, thinking, believing, and acting like that person. And that is the only way you're ever going to actually get those things, have that life, and become that person, is you have to fully embody them now. And that's how all change happens. That's how all change works. You got to just start somewhere and just start being them now. So I hope you enjoy this practice. I really, really look forward to hearing back from you on this. This is seriously the most fun. If you're not having fun doing this, then you're not doing it right. It should feel really, really good. Remember, this is all your hopes and dreams accomplished. How would you feel? You got to really let yourself. In fact, Dr. Joe Dispenza, who is a big advocate of this type of meditation and visualization, says that the stronger the emotion, the better. The more euphoric, the better. So how joyous can you be? Understand that that is the goal here. How joyous can you be while you script this? All right, guys, I hope you love it. Namaste.